Hi, this is Indranil and you are watching Business Bites in our channel The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel. In today's Business Bites, first news we have UPI-based transactions and RuPay-powered debit cards to bring back merchant charges. Second news we have Sun Pharma to acquire US-based drug company Checkpoint Therapeutics. Third news we have VC ecosystem in India saw a revival with 1.4 times increase in total funding in 2024. Fourth news we have e-gaming bodies of India signed a code of ethics to promote responsible gaming and advertising policies. And fifth news we have B2B SaaS company Perfios acquired debt management firm Credit Nirvana. In first news, UPI-based transactions and RuPay-powered debit cards to bring back merchant charges. The government of India is considering to bring back the merchant charges on Unified Payment Interface, that is UPI-based transactions and RuPay-powered debit cards, where the charges like merchant discount rate, that is MDR, are paid by the merchant to the bank for processing payments in real time. At present, no MDR, that is merchant discount rate, levied on transactions by using UPI and RuPay debit cards, which are facilitated by Retail Payments Network, National Payments Corporation of India, that is NPCI, where the fee can be brought back for merchants whose GST-based annual turnover is more than 40 lakhs. On the other hand, UPI would continue to be free for merchants with annual turnover of less than 40 lakh, while the government could also bring a tiered pricing on UPI that will be depending on the size of the merchant, where the larger ones will be paying a higher charge and the smaller ones will pay less. The Government of India offered a subsidy to banks and fintechs for processing these payments free of charge, which is not sufficient to cover the cost of infrastructure needed to process these transactions, and that is why now there is a proposal to bringing back the charges to cope up with the expenditure for such transactions. In second news, Sun Pharma to acquire US-based drug company Checkpoint Therapeutics. India's largest drug maker Sun Pharma agreed to acquire US-based Checkpoint Therapeutics in cash for up to $355 million, which will help Sun Pharma in aiming to offer a wide range of specialty drugs in the US. Checkpoint Therapeutics is a NASDAQ-listed immunotherapy and targeted oncology company who recently secured US FDA approval for a skin cancer drug. The company has reported a net loss of $27.3 million with research and development expenses of $19.3 million with a cash balance of $4.7 million during the first 9 months period ended in September 2024. Checkpoint Therapeutics drug Unloxit is having the US FDA approval for the treatment of adults with metastatic cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma or locally advanced cancer which cannot be cured by surgery or radiation. And in the US, 1.8 million cases of cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma is getting registered annually, where the advanced cases are about 40,000 with annual death rates of more than 15,000 in a year due to this type of cancer. The acquisition of Checkpoint Therapeutics will bolster Sun Pharma's innovative products portfolio in oncology dermatology therapy, and Sun Pharma's global presence means the patients with cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma may soon have access to an important and new treatment option. In third news, VC ecosystem in India saw a revival with 1.4 times increase in total funding in 2024. India's venture capital ecosystem saw a revival in 2024 with total funding of $13.7 billion, which is 1.4 times more compared to the total funding of $9.6 billion in 2023. And this resurgence was driven by a sharp rise in deal volumes, an increase in public market exits, and strong investor confidence in high-growth sectors like consumer tech, fintech, and generative AI. Venture funding in software space, including generative AI, grew by 1.2 times to $1.7 billion US, where the number of over $50 million US SaaS deals increased from 3 in 2023 to 8 in 2024, with strong investor interest in development tools, marketing tech, and in automation solutions. Generative AI funding alone surged by 1.5 times, with applications accounting for 70% of investments, while foundational model development remained a lower priority in India compared to global markets. On the other side of the story, consumer tech emerged as the most funded sector with investments of $5.4 billion US in 2024, which was just half in 2023 with $2.4 billion US. And this growth was led by $1,600 million US plus mega deals in 2024. Quick commerce in particular was a standalone category, with platforms like Zepto raised $1.4 billion US across multiple rounds, while Meesho, Lenskart, and Purple also secured significant funding. In fourth news, e-gaming bodies of India signed a code of ethics to promote responsible gaming and advertising policies. India's multiple gaming bodies like All India Gaming Federation, the Federation of India Fantasy Sports, and the E-Gaming Federation has signed a code of ethics to help in enforcing consistent standards of user safety and practices in the gaming industry. And it will mandate the implementations of responsible gaming and advertising policies, annual third-party audits, and comprehensive reporting mechanism to ensure accountability and transparency. The key principles of the code include responsible gaming practices like age gating, no operations in restricted states, and robust user verification mechanisms, which speaks of player protection in safeguarding data and appropriate management of player funds. The code is also to ensure fair practices and transparency in enabling informed decision-making like self-exclusion and setting limit, supporting vulnerable players through tools and resources, and ethical and responsible advertising. As per Code of Ethics, gaming operator with an annual revenue of 100 crore or more will have to implement the code within 6 months from the date of signing, where smaller players will get 9 months to comply with. Upon successful adoption, Federation will issue a certification valid for 1 year, which will be renewable annually upon completion of a third-party independent audit. And further, the code will be reviewed annually to assess its effectiveness and to identify the scope of improvements. And in fifth news, B2B SaaS company Parfios acquires debt management firm Credit Nirvana. Business to business, that is B2B software as a service to banks and other financial services companies, Parfios has acquired debt management and collection platform Credit Nirvana. The company Credit Nirvana was founded in 2019, which is specialized in AI-powered debt management solutions, which helps banks, non-banking financial companies, and fintech firms in streamlining their loan collections, in reducing delinquencies, and in improving their portfolio performance. Presently, the platform manages a collection portfolio exceeding $9 billion and handles more than 42 million loan accounts. On the other side, the acquisition of Credit Nirvana by Parfios is considered to be a natural extension of Parfios' strategy in strengthening the full-stack, tech-first solutions they have, as they are aiming to power the end-to-end customer lifecycle for financial institutions. And Parfios has also acquired Clarify, which is a banking financial crime management platform, to enhance its risk intelligence and fraud mitigation capabilities in February this year. So these were the top 5 business newses from Business Bytes in our channel, The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel. So thank you very much for watching Business Bytes and signing it off.